Before you head over to the comment section of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, and they tell you about how Kenosha is falling apart, let's have a conversation first. I'm Chad Scott, your local Kenosha Realtor here.
And I'm Aalia Scott, his wife for life and second in command in this real estate business.
If you have questions about buying, selling, investing, or relocating here to Kenosha, give us a call or shoot us a text at 262-331-1621.
Or hit us up in the comment section of any other methods that you have convenience to.
We're happy to help any way that we possibly can.
All right, so you've heard that everyone's leaving Kenosha, right? But is it just social media drama, or is there something actually happening in Kenosha? In today's video, we're diving into the truth behind the headlines. So I'll share what is driving people out and why people are still moving in as fast as they are. Spoiler alert, it's not the cheese curds. Those are still incredible.
Love me some Wisconsin cheese curds.
Man, I want some cheese curds now.
So yes, people are still leaving Kenosha, but it's not for reasons that you may think. So why are they leaving Kenosha, Aalia?
Okay, so some of the reasons that people are leaving is work in the South. They're finding jobs outside of the state. So obviously it's a good idea to move out of the state to get to that job, that promotion that everyone is seeking, that more money, positions out of the state. So that is actually a good number one reason to leave. So I don't blame them.
Right.
Another thing is weather. So in the Midwest, we don't really have the best winters. I mean, some more than others, but in the deep in the middle of the winter, it's atrocious. I complain about it every year. Although it's not making me want to move out. However, a lot of people are seeking warmer climates like Florida or Texas, and warming their souls.
They're just tired of the snow, tired of the cold. They're tired of shoveling their driveway every single year. So they're looking for the warmer climates like Florida, Texas, South Carolina. Tennessee is a big one. Arizona is a big one where people are moving to from Wisconsin and Illinois.
So I wanted to share, actually, a client of ours just recently came to us and told us like they need to move because their husband actually got a really good job. They just finished nursing school and now they have a great position at a hospital in Minnesota, actually, which is surprising because most of the time it's in Illinois or in Indiana. However, it's in Minnesota. So they had to sell their house and they came out and reached to us, and we were able to sell their house and take care of them as well. So what about the transplants from Illinois, Chad?
So we're seeing a lot of transplants that, of course they want to come up here to Wisconsin for the cheaper cost of living, cheaper taxes, cheaper housing costs overall. But we're also seeing Illinois people not necessarily make the move to Wisconsin because you're moving a little further north, so it gets a little colder in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a lot of Illinois transplants that just completely move out of the Midwest. They're also moving to places like Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, California.
I know, so it's unusual. However, this is just a circle of life. Simba. Okay. Cost of living, you kind of mentioned. What about cost of living in Wisconsin versus any other places?
So the cost of living in Wisconsin isn't what it used to be. We're seeing costs all over the country. Costs are going up every single day, every single week. We used to be able to come here to Wisconsin and it'd be a ton cheaper than New York, Illinois, California. Mm-hmm. But things here in Wisconsin, in Kenosha, racing, costs are rising. We can't go to the grocery store without spending what? $300, $400 a grocery shopping trip, and that's just for 3 of us.
Can you imagine a family of 4 or more? Oh my goodness.
Things are getting really expensive. So the cost of living is just getting more and more expensive. Property taxes keep rising every single year. Schools need more money. Mm-hmm. They need more money to improve our roads. We're seeing other costs of living expenses keep going up.
Rising insurance premiums. That is going crazy on top of increasing housing costs.
Because of more natural disasters every single year, we're seeing homeowners insurance keep rising, more car accidents, the cost to fix these more and more expensive and fancy cars. Car insurance is going up and up and up.
So it's making the affordability kind of like very slim to none in regards to housing currently.
So people aren't necessarily leaving Kenosha because they don't like Kenosha. They're looking for just cheaper options, cheaper areas to live in. Mm-hmm. And there are cheaper areas in the country that you can move to that are cheaper than the Kenosha area.
Okay, so what about, I said about winter. What about winter that you don't like, Mr. Chad, who loves anything winter?
So I won't say that I love anything winter. I don't necessarily love the snow and the ice because I don't like shoveling snow. I don't like backbreaking snow. I don't like driving in the snow. I don't like driving the ice. I know how to drive in the snow and the ice, but those other people, you know, not necessarily you people that are watching our video, but those other people, they don't know how to drive in the snow and ice, right?
Exactly.
It's always the other person.
Sure. So even though these locals are moving out during winter, they are still keeping investment properties or rentals to keep here because everyone still does, they still need a house or a place to live, no matter when, kind of what time of year. So they are still keeping it nice and warm until they come back in the springtime, and then that is when they take over their place again. So it doesn't mean that they're selling. However, they are leaving momentarily or temporarily and then coming back when it's warmer.
By the way, if you're from the south, our partly cloudy January is probably going to break your spirits, just to let you know.
Mm-hmm. So national attention for Kenosha during the 2020 unrest actually changed the outside perception of it. How did it change?
So in 2020, if you can remember back to the riots in Kenosha, it happened because of the Kyle Rittenhouse shootings. If you remember back then, it was a teenager from Illinois who came up here during the protests and happened to shoot a couple different people.
And injuring a third.
A third person during the protests. Mm-hmm. He killed two of them, and it created a bunch of backlash because of the protests and him being an underage kid with a assault rifle.
Yep.
And they caught him pretty quickly, but it created a lot of
frustration
and anger, and created some fiery reaction and damage to downtown Kenosha. Mm-hmm. Some buildings caught on fire.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it kind of separated us in the community. Some actually felt frustrated at how the city was portrayed. It was portrayed that it's all like unrested and evil. However, others actually have become stronger and came together as a community and advocates for what had happened. We were able to rebuild, and some people actually invested in, even the town of Kenosha invested in revamping and empowering and improving the downtown area and uptown where majority of the damage had taken place. They've increased the beautiful foliage of our parks and increased housing as well.
And now if you look at that uptown area where a lot of that damage took place, there's now a new beautiful building down there with some apartments, a brand new Kenosha Public Library down there.
That's, oh my God, it's beautiful.
Specifically for kids, right?
Yep.
It's now a beautiful, vibrant area down there.
So here goes the whole inventory and versus the interest rates in the Kenosha market, which also equals to a lot of frustration that everyone's feeling, including us realtors are feeling it as well. So unfortunately, with a lot of the higher interest rates, sellers are becoming very frustrated and hesitant to sell their houses, losing out on their low rates on the mortgage. If they don't have to sell, they're not going to sell, which leads us to less of an inventory. And then buyers, we get a lot of buyers, and then they're getting burnt out because they're putting in offers in multiple different houses the remaining houses that are being sold, and they are getting tired of getting beat out. So that is getting frustrated with the buyers. Chad, let's talk about the first-time home buyers. What's happening with those?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of our first-time home buyers with these higher interest rates, the higher interest rates just lowers your buying power. I mean, you're already bringing a lot of money to the closing table with your down payment, your closing costs, and all that other stuff. But as the interest rates continue to tick up, it just lowers your buying power, so you can buy less and less house. And then with housing prices continuing to go up, it just means that you can buy less and less of a nice house. So unfortunately, as prices continue to rise and interest rates either stay high or continue to rise, hopefully they go down sometime soon. It just decreases your buying power, and you can't get as nice of a house as you were hoping for.
We just sold a house a couple of weeks ago, and it was to a first-time home buyer. And according to their realtor, they were tired of getting beat out. They would put in multiple bids, and they kept getting beat out. And that kind of led them to offer over asking for the house that we were selling, and some other strategies that they finally listened to their realtors, and they won the bid. So listen to your realtor and go with the flow.
And our buyers are having the same issues where they're getting beat out by multiple bids just because unfortunately they can't offer as much over asking prices as they would like to, or they can't waive certain contingencies to make their offer competitive. Unfortunately, it's just the kind of market that we're in at this moment in 2025.
So we've been talking about how people are moving out of Kenosha. Let's talk about people moving in. So what does Kenosha offer for those people who are being transplanted here?
Well, one is this beautiful lakefront area that we're filming in right now. I mean, look, we have the beautiful
Public museum here, free entrance.
We have the Civil War Museum just on there, which I think is now a $5 entrance fee, something like that. It's not very expensive.
Nope.
We have the lake that's just 2 blocks to our back here. We have the harbor that's just over there. I mean, Kenosha has all kinds of beautiful things. We have beautiful parks all over the place.
I describe Kenosha as a little big town. It
Definitely
is a big town with a little town feel, meaning that all the amenities like the downtown and the stores are still drivable within a 15-minute time period, and not feeling so you're taking a trip just to go to a store, you know. So I like to consider Kenosha as a little big town.
If you work in Milwaukee or Chicago, you have easy access to either city with either the interstate or the metro train that goes to Chicago, or Amtrak that goes to Chicago as well. I think Amtrak even goes up to Milwaukee and other places around the country as well.
Not only that, in the metro station as well. So there's a lot of different mobilities here in Kenosha. Let's talk about investors. Why do investors love Kenosha?
So investors love Kenosha because home prices are still relatively cheap compared to the rest of the country. If you look at home prices here in the Kenosha Racine area compared to like Milwaukee, Waukesha County, Lake County, our home prices here in our area are still a lot cheaper than those areas. Our home prices, we just put out a market update video. Our home prices are still around $300,000. You can even find them cheaper than that if you're looking for a deal, for a little bit of a fixer-upper if you're willing to put some money into the house. So our home prices are a lot cheaper than like Milwaukee County, Waukesha County, Lake County, Illinois. So if you're an investor and you're willing to put some money into the house, you can still find a really great deal in the area.
And if you're looking to not only come and settle in Kenosha and just kind of don't want an existing home, how about building a home?
Lots of different new construction opportunities. We have new construction all over Kenosha and Kenosha County. We have new construction out in Union Grove right now. We have new construction in Paddock Lake area right now.
And Pleasant Prairie, I believe.
Pleasant Prairie has new construction going on right now.
And not only that the revitalization is increasing the small business feel. We are looking at First Watch coming in downtown, which is really cool. Or was it Six Squad or Squad 6?
Station 6.
Station 6
should be opening anytime. They keep posting on their Facebook that they're opening soon. Just keep watching for more. As soon as they open, we plan on being there to bring you guys some content about that.
Seis Cocina, another Mexican restaurant, which is what we need. There is a lot of variety that's happening here in Kenosha, which I'm kind of excited about.
If you guys love small businesses, Kenosha definitely has you covered for small business.
We have great schools, parks. Let's talk about parks. They are, like I said, with the revitalization project from the city of Kenosha, they actually put money towards revitalizing our parks, and it's beautiful. There's a lot of things that you can do with the kids. We just went kite flying at Kennedy Park yesterday with our 13-year-old, which is kind of nice because it gets her off the technology, which kind of balances out kind of thing. So,
and she actually enjoyed it too. She didn't say that she enjoyed it, but you could tell that she enjoyed it.
Exactly, and it was right by the lakefront. So, I mean, I got the beautiful view while they played with kites. So comment below and tell us what is your favorite thing to do, especially in summer.
Or your least favorite thing about Kenosha. Let us know. What's your favorite or least favorite thing about Kenosha? Why would you want to live here, or why would you not want to live here? We want to know. Leave it down here in the comments for us.
So the truth, people are always moving. Some in, some out. But if you want to know whether now is the right time for you to buy, sell, invest, or even relocate it, let's chat. We're here every week helping people like you navigate this Kenosha market.
Call or text us anytime at 262-331-1621, and we're happy to help.
Or hit the description for other ways to talk to us.
Have a fantastic week, guys. We'll talk to you in the next video.
And I'm Aalia, his spouse for the most. I don't know. Let's redo it again. I don't know. I was trying to, like, women. Or connect with us in any other method, hit below. Oh my God, I cannot talk.
You got this now?
No. Well, in this video, we're going to drive. I actually hate. Actually, can we do that over? Let's do that.
Why are they leaving us Kenosha?